Okay. Okay. So the first thing I want to talk to you guys about tonight is, I want you to take a second to think about this, jot it down. Like, what does your dream life look like? Like, if you had to imagine you're happy, everything's exactly the way you want it to be. What does that look like for you? And I want you to take a minute and think about it, jot it down. Like, it can be anything, like no limits, no time limit, no money limit, no like anything, like anything goes. What does your life look like? What do you think about that? Okay. Who wants to share first? Ruby, I nominate you. What does it look like? Ruby, are you there?
I am. I had it on mute.
Oh, okay. So what does it look like for you?
For me, it is being able to be relaxed, the freedom and the independence, but being able to, whether it's sitting outside or, on vacation or traveling, and just be able to pick up the phone and, answer team calls or make calls, perspective coaches, whatever, and just be able to be relaxed and not under pressure and enjoying it.
Okay. Where does the hubby fit in? What's his part in your dream life? Ruby, are you still there?
Yeah, I was here. What was that?
I said, where's hubby fit in? What's his part in your dream life? Because not just business, Beachbody World, like you're just your life in general.
For the most part, life in general, I'm really in there. We pretty much have the major goals that we want. Being able to do more with, giving back and serving others, that would be a big piece.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Whether it's helping children or, like these disasters that are going on. I mean, I would much rather be able to just pick up and be a part of that relief somewhere.
Okay. All right. Kayla, what about you?
Okay. So I guess when I think about my dream world, I think about wanting to have freedom and not be tied to 9-to-5 job, but freedom as in just, doing what I love to do, but being able to help others and impact the world somehow, but being able to really use my time wisely. Sometimes I go to work and I realize I love my job, I love being a dietitian, but at the same time I feel like I have to do all these other administrative tasks and spend all my time doing these tasks that I'm not so passionate into doing. And it's I wish I could just spend all my energy and all my time in doing what I really, really love to do. And also traveling. I do love to travel, and I feel like I haven't. I think a lot of that has to do with finances too, and where I'm at in my life right now, and just getting in my career. And also time. I don't really have time to travel, so I think it'd be really cool to just be able to travel more and meet lots of awesome people from all over the world. What else? Financial freedom. I think that's a big one too for me that I've been thinking actually more about in having a family one day.
Very nice. Thank you for sharing. And so I'll share with you mine because I've thought a lot about it. I'm getting closer and closer. Pieces of where I want to be. I feel like I have short-term and long-term. Short-term for me was being able to quit my job. And I did that, but it's not easy. Like I thought I was going to be able to double my income a whole lot quicker than I am. So that's hard. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And we have financial, we had the wedding, like we had to put a lot on our credit card. So I'm still working towards financial freedom. That's something I want. I want to travel. Like part of my visualization every day is Anthony and I and Mowgli on the beach, because we own a beach house. Like we want a Florida house. I just want to be able to pick up and go, be able to take the family we have one day to Disney every year, like Anthony did as a kid. Just be able to travel and freedom and live life to the fullest, be able to do lunch duty because I don't work 9 to 5, like be able to go on my kids' field trips. So the reason I ask you this is because it's good to imagine where you want to go, because if you know, you're more likely to get there. So now we all have this dream life in mind. For you to think about what is standing in your way right now of getting from where we are now to where we're going. Kayla, if you just had to think about that, like what's holding you back? And it can be more than one thing. It can be like, what do you think is holding you back?
A lot of it comes from fear. And I think that's one thing, since I joined Beachbody, have become so much more confident in really what I have to give and using my knowledge and skills to the best of my ability. Because I think I've always been afraid. And I am a new dietitian. I was trying to figure it out. I'm like, I've only been a dietitian less than 2 years. So I only graduated 2 years ago. So I feel like I'm like headed in the right direction, which is really exciting, because I'm like, one day everything is going to come together. I just got to keep working at it. Like I'm going to have my own business, whether it's, for Beachbody or having my own private practice, anything like that. But yeah, but I think fear has a big thing to do with it sometimes too, because even though I think that'll come, I guess, but I think that has a big thing to do with it because it's hard.
And it totally is.
Like dreams are scary because I have this vision and it's like, okay, I know what I want, but how do I get there? And then it's almost like too scary. And almost sometimes I'm like, maybe I'm just okay and settled when things are now.
Yeah. And that is totally normal and something I've been fighting as well. Like whatever you're reading right now for personal development, either add this or pick this up instead. Gabrielle Bernstein, The Universe Has Your Back. Kayla, it has been changing my life. Like it's literally the universe has your back, feel the fear and do it anyway, or something like that. Like, or turning fear into faith. That's what it is. Like,
oh, cool.
Oh my God, Kayla, it is perfect for you right now. It is like, I've started meditating. Good. She gives you like little prayers to say, like, because you can be like, whatever your faith is, whether you're God, spirit, universe, whatever.
Yeah.
She gives you little like things to say when the anxiety is coming, when the fear is coming. And she calls them like her little like realignment prayers. And I save them in my phone and I started using them when I need them. And I've been able to push through the fear and just keep doing things anyway. So I think you would love that.
Cool.
And
yeah.
So you talked about everything you're looking for and how fear is holding you back. And freedom, financial freedom, not doing the 9 to 5, not doing the stuff you don't like. Like Beachbody can give that to you. It can get you out of that 9 to 5. You can use the resources Beachbody has given and you pair it with your dietitian, knowledge. Maybe you use the money because Beachbody, like what you make is yours. Like you choose. So you could work your butt off in Beachbody to be able to quit your 9 to 5 and make your own practice with being, a Beachbody coach and a dietitian, or like, right. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Look, you went to New Orleans. Look at all the places you could go with Beachbody. Look at all of these people that are traveling and doing these amazing things that are normal people just like us. Mm-hmm. They push past the fear like we're doing.
Right.
And like, I see you growing. Like I see your change. I see you working hard. You're doing great. Oh, so if you continue to push past that fear, I don't doubt for one single second that you can get that life you want.
Thanks.
Welcome. All right, Ruby, how about you? Is there anything that's like holding you back from, because I know you're close to where you want to be. is there anything else that could be different that could just kind of give you that extra little push?
Actually, there is, and I think I figured it out the other day, is, being that I've been through I've been the mom, I've been the wife, been the daughter, all of my expectations have always been fulfilled for the other people. And I've always had that handicap, that the spouse, 2 kids. And so now that I have the freedom, it was coming up with my own why. And I really couldn't come up with one because I'm not really money driven. I mean, yes, I'd like to have more like anybody, but yet it's not a driving factor. And so setting monetary goals just never made me feel like I had to get up or walk through that fire to do it. And I was listening to, I think it's Lindsay Medwell, one of her videos the other day, and she was talking about the why and, being like the fire. And I was like, yeah, I don't have that. So I've really been working on that, and I think I'm getting really close to having that answer. And hopefully that'll make me get up when I don't want to, or stick to that schedule when I typically don't.
Good. A why is important, because if you don't have a why,
right,
it's not worth it. And your why will evolve over time. And it can have multiple pieces. I absolutely love what we do as coaches. I love being able to help people. It changed my life. That's why all these people leaving for this keto OS for a quick fix and money. I'm like, I will never leave Beachbody, even if I am making $1 a week, because of how the workouts and Shakeology and the people make me feel. That is something that you can't put a monetary value on.
No, you can't. But it was really easy for me to come up with goals like that. But then when I thought about it, it wasn't like, when you've got a child, if they were in your house and it was on fire, you're going to get them. There's no questions. There's no thought. There's no, oh, it's too hot. You're going to do it. And I just couldn't find one of those that was powerful enough. Yes, it would be nice. Yes, I'd like to have the money and more freedom, but it wasn't motivating me.
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like you have to have your why can have something to do with other people, but deep down it's got to be for you. You have to come first, and your why has to start with you, and then it can expand to others. Like you said, you used to do things for your family and your stuff like that. I know, my why is for me. I absolutely love this. I don't want to make this work, but I also love my husband and the life we're creating. And that's about me too. Your why can have different pieces, short-term, long-term, but it's got to be something that fires you up. Like Ruby said, I think you're starting to find it, that thing that fires you up every single day, because this business isn't easy. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it, and everyone would be Melanie Mitro and being the top coach 3 years in a row, but it's not. And the people that find their why and kick their fear in the butt and get it out of there, or even feel the fear and do it anyway. Push through the fear, as the girl in the book says. Feel it. It's okay to have it, but push through it. And we keep going. So, Jen, can you hear us? Hi. No, it's okay. I'm glad you got on. So just to give you a little recap, we're kind of talking about what our dream life looks like and what's stopping us, and then how to get there. So, I think you heard most of Ruby's, but Kayla's, what she was talking about, financial freedom and travel and not having to do the 9 to 5, which is similar to mine. I got past that 9 to 5, but now it's on to other things, the financial freedom. And it's, we talked about what's standing in your way. It's finding, the driver in us, the thing that pushes us to do it, and also pushing past the fear, feeling it and moving past it and finding the strength to do that. But it all comes back to Beachbody can help us get our dream life. It can get us out of these 9 to 5s that we don't like. There's no cap to our income. There's not a boss telling us you are worth this much money. We decide how much we're worth. We decide how much we work. We decide, a couple Fridays in the summer when I got to leave early for a bachelorette, I'm like, I don't have to ask off. I can just go. Things like that. So Beachbody is the means to get us to where we want to go. Yes, we love it, but it's the way we can create that dream life. It's the transportation to get us to where we want to go. So Any questions about that? Okay. So just, think about like, why are you not doing the thing? Talk about fear, the why, like those things, personal development is so key. Like if I had not picked up this Gabby Bernstein book, I would be such a different person. Like seriously, like Kayla, if you start reading it, you gotta let me know because it's freaking awesome. And obviously Beachbody can help us. So I also asked you to get a piece of paper because I want to teach you something that you may have heard on the National Wake Up Call, but I really started doing it and it's changed my business. Because if you want to get that financial freedom, if you want to get out of that 9 to 5, if you want to get where you're going, you have to do the work we do consistently and do it bigger than I think everyone's doing it. Like talking to 2 people a day isn't going to cut it. Starting 2 new conversations here and there isn't going to cut it. That's not going to get you Success Club. And all of you are by far capable of helping people month after month consistently. You are all wonderful people who deserve to feel good and deserve to help other people. Other people deserve to know you and learn from you. So I want to teach you a trick. And it is something I have been doing the past couple of weeks. And it just makes starting new conversations and figuring out who to talk to a whole lot easier. So I want you to write down on your papers. Is this my notebook? This is not the notebook I want. Okay. I want you to write down birthdays, new friends, new followers. So write down birthdays, new friends, new followers, and thank yous. I want you to write down all of that. So.
All right, Caitlin, I missed that. My mute was on and I was trying to get it off.
It's okay. So I'm teaching you guys a new way to start more conversations quickly, because this shouldn't take a lot of time and it's not hard to do if you set yourself a timer, which is what I'm going to teach you to do. So, right, thank yous, new friends, new followers. So Facebook, new friends, Instagram, new followers. If you're just using Facebook, that's fine. If you're not doing Instagram, no big deal. And thank yous. So what I mean by that is every single day I get my notebook right here and I set myself a timer for 20 minutes and I go through that list. I look at first, birthdays. I think I mentioned that. I look at whose birthday it is and say there's 4 people that have birthdays on today. I write 1, 2, 3, 4 and I write their names down. And then I go to new friends who accepted my friend requests and I write their names down. Who followed me on Instagram. I write their names down. And then I go through my posts from that day to the day before when I did my little power hour. And I look through my posts at people who commented and who've liked it. And if anybody new that I haven't talked to in a while, anything like that, I write their name down. So I send them a thank you. And I send very generic messages. Like I will okay, so I'll get to that in a second. And so take 20 minutes. And if you just go through and you write their names down, birthdays, thank yous, new friends, new followers, and you shouldn't have a problem getting new friends or having that category, because we need to be expanding our network every single day. So people should be accepting your friend requests. And if you still have time left in your 20 minutes and you don't have enough people, go through that friends list. Who have you not talked to in a while, and write their name down. And when that timer goes off, then you go and you send a message to all of those people. You set yourself another timer. So, for example, I literally sit here and I write my names down on my piece of paper, my little timer, and then I have messages saved in my phone for birthdays. Does not have to be crazy hard, because people appreciate birthday messages. Like, you'd be surprised. I have sent this girl 3 messages and she didn't respond to any of them. I sent her a birthday message. She responded right back within minutes. So I literally just say, happy birthday, so-and-so, all in caps. I hope your day is amazing and this next year is the best one yet. Any fun plans for today to celebrate with the birthday emojis? Ask her a question. Give her a reason to respond. There's a happy birthday message. Literally copy, paste, insert a new name. That's all. So you copy paste. You can send 5 birthday messages out in 30 seconds. There's 5 new conversations you can start literally in 30 seconds. Not hard, right? And then your new friends. This is literally what I sent. Hey, so-and-so, thank you so much for accepting my request. You were a suggested friend and look like a cool person. So I thought, what the heck, I'm going to add her and ask her a question about her page. If I notice someone has a dog, oh my gosh, I just became a dog mom too. How old is she or he? What's their name? Simple question. If I notice they're in the profile picture is in a bridal gown, I say, oh my gosh, like I'm a new bride too. You look beautiful on your wedding day. Was it the day you'd always dreamed of? Simple question. You know what I mean? Simple. Bang those out. There's another 5 messages in another minute. So how long does it take to start literally like 10 conversations? Not so hard, you know? Thank you messages. Thank you so much for liking my post last night about my transformation. It means so much when, people support my journey. And then ask them a question. So simple ways to start conversations. And then if they respond right back to you, don't respond right back to them. You keep going with your list. You keep going with the rest of your day. Respond the next day after you've done everything, unless you have all this time in the world. And then you can say, oh, so sorry. I was working on my meal plans for my next health and fitness group, and continue the conversation. They might say, oh, what's that? Lead into an invite. Simple. Doesn't take long. So there's how to start a whole bunch of conversations. Literally. I also go through and I've started doing for my call to actions. I've started doing on a lot of fitness posts, putting a little call to action at the bottom, not a, hey, I'm looking for 10 people. It's just hey, do you know, I think, what did I write today? I wrote, I was I don't have some crazy super secret place I get these either, because I was talking about the workout I did. You can have an online fitness library at your fingertips too, and join me in these awesome workouts. Like or comment below or shoot me a quick message if I left out a word, if you'd like to have them too. So any person that likes or comments, they probably didn't read all the way to the bottom, not half the people. But I'm hey, thanks so much for the love on my post. Were you interested in getting access to, or were you just being super kind? Literally, they can say, oh no, maybe they didn't read to the bottom, but you just invited them. That's an invite. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be super salesy and direct, because who wants that? No one wants that in their inbox. If you send a cold invite, people are not going to respond to you. So starting conversations first, getting the conversations going, building that trust on your page, that is going to get people to want to join you. So literally today, I do a Zoom chat with my accountability partner each morning now. And we catch up for a couple minutes, share things that are working for us. And then we mute ourselves, pop on our music, set our timers, and then literally do this. So in an hour today, I did 20 minutes and 20 minutes, and then I wanted a little extra time. I started 20 new conversations and got out 11 invites. If you only have 20 minutes a day total, take 10 minutes, set that timer, make that list of people you want to start conversations with, people you want to invite. And then when that timer goes off, stop, set yourself another timer to get those messages out. If you think about it, if you have all the time in the world to do something, it's going to take you all the time in the world. If you set yourself a time limit, you're going to do it in that time limit. So, what are your thoughts? Any questions?
Short and sweet.
Because it doesn't have to be hard. I find setting a timer you have to focus in. You have to do it instead of, who do I want to talk to? I don't know. But if you I find if I set myself that timer, I get it done. And she calls it her gangster rap connections, because Haley Christian says she's really awkward. Oh, yeah. And she blasts her gangster rap music because that makes her feel comfortable. And I'm just yeah, it's kind of funny. So I put on what's my station I listen to? It is. It's 90s jock jams. It's actually really great if you need something. So I literally Jock Jams Radio. That's what I listen to. So I literally now it won't stop playing. I literally pop in my headphones, set my timer, and go to work. So that is something I really encourage you to start doing, because you get so much more done in a shorter amount of time. And so any questions on that? Okay. And if you have any, let me know. And also, I really want our team to focus on, and I know some of you probably are, but I really want to make it, like, really want to focus on it, is just meeting people where they are. Like, it's so important. You know, we got into this business, like we said, it's not for the money. When we focus on serving others, the money will come. The Success Club points will come. The rank advancing will come. We have to meet people where they are first. So maybe someone really can't afford a challenge pack, even though we know the value of it. Some people can't see it right away. So what can you help them with? Can you, give them, hey, try the 14-day trial of the Beachbody On Demand, and hey, a sampler pack is $20. I'll create you a meal plan. Like, well, how can I help? If someone really doesn't want the shakes, but even though we know they're freaking awesome, can they benefit from anything in the performance line? Maybe they fall in love with Recover and Energize, and they're thinking, why aren't I trying Shakeology? You know what I mean? So meet people where they are. Maybe they can only do they only want BOD, but you have a couple extra samples you could send them. They don't want to spend $20 for a sampler pack. Never let people go. Meet them where they are. Help them with what they can. And then, that will come around. And that's, people still getting things from you that does equal personal volume, and that still is money in your pocket. You know what I mean? And they trust you. Then they continue to see what you do and what you have to offer. And then, maybe they start with a sampler pack and a free trial. And then a month later, they're like, all right, you know what? I want to do a challenge group. And then or maybe it's 2 months, or maybe it's 6 months, but then they rock out that challenge group and they become your next rock star coach. You know what I mean? It takes some people longer than others. Like, I've had people that literally took them almost a year. This one girl talked to me so many times. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Finally signed up, got engaged. Oh, I can't afford it right now. I was like, Shakeology is coming out of your budget already. Like, I was like, would you rather pay $3 a day and feel beautiful on your wedding day? I was like, I speak from experience. It's worth it. And she's like, I could just really use that money. I was like, okay. So she canceled. I'm just like, maybe she'll come back. It wasn't her time. If a lot of people will be frustrated and be like, oh, that's my money down the drain, but it's not worth it. It's not about me. It's about her. And she doesn't feel it's for her right now. So I'll be here when she wants to come back. You know what I mean? So just meet people where they are and just share value. Like, I've started reading a new book today. It's called 6 Months to Six Figures. And I like doing lots of books. I'm reading Gabby Bernstein and this new book.
I was looking at that one.
Yeah. So he said, you get paid for bringing value. And if you don't bring value, you don't get paid. So, bring value. What can you give to people? How can you help people? So I'll get off my soapbox for the night. What do you guys think? Do you have any questions? Anything I can help you guys with tonight? You guys good?
Set up your posts, Caitlin. I got the idea. Some of them that we can pre-post. That really helps, like taking Sunday and pre-posting. I can do that in the groups, and I can do that off the page. Obviously, we can't do it off of our profile. So how do you swing that where it doesn't take too long? At one point, I got really good at it, or I felt like I was getting really good at it, and I realized it was taking way too long to create creative pictures and the post and put them in all those places and get it all set up, and I felt like I was working forever getting nowhere.
I think you're doing too much. Like, you need to post your Facebook and post your Instagram if you have an Instagram. Literally, I do the same thing both places. And I literally pre-plan my posts, so I know what I'm going to say.
Okay.
I know first post of the day is fitness. And I, think of, what do I do? I literally, like Ruby, like we chatted about this before. I literally go like this, and I literally do Monday. And it just, try to think of themes, try to think of, what are you doing in your life that you can share? What can you help people with? Like, what would people find interesting? Like, like today I did the little post throwing up the shirts. I was like, cool, I got free shirts. And I tried to say, like, I got free shirts for working out. People, like, I know if I saw that, I'd be like, I want free stuff. I hate buying clothes for myself. Breadcrumb. Like, so I didn't say I finished Shift Shop and I got 2 shirts because they were both Shift Shop shirts, but I didn't want to show Shift Shop. I wanted to say, hey, I got free clothes. Like, breadcrumb, curiosity marketing. People would be like, how did you get free clothes? You know, think about what you can share during the week. How is Beachbody helping you? You need to put pieces of your story into your posts, or people are not going to join you. They're not going to follow you. Like, they're not going to want to do what you're doing if you don't kind of give them little pieces of it. I try to share recipes, stuff about Mowgli. Like, what in your life, like, how can you build trust with people? Like, people need to see your face. They need to see what you're doing, and then they'll want to join you. Like, you know, think of your 5 things that make Ruby Ruby, and what are they, and try and post about them every day. Like, I'm a wife. I love fitness. I'm a coach. I'm a dog mom. I love to cook. Literally, if you go to my page, those are literally the things I post about. And if I like think about something, I'll like write it. Like, I think half my posts today written because they popped into my head earlier. Like, if you think, like, I call it Beachbody brain. Like, you start to think, oh, this would be a good post. Oh, this would be a good post. And literally, like, we'll make something for dinner and Anthony be like, do you want a picture of this before we eat it? I'm like, yeah. Like, or like, we'll be going out. Do you want a picture of us? Like, you just, with practice, it gets easier. I really recommend thinking of what are the 5 things that make you, you know, what value can you have? Like, literally, like, I write at the top of my little, like, post planner, value, Shakeology, results, because every day I try to share value. At least once a week, I try to share about my Shakeology. I don't say, here's my Shakeology, it tastes really good. I talk about it helps curb my cravings. Like, the other day I did my coffee flavored superfoods that I made into my own healthy version of a pumpkin spice latte. And literally someone commented, can I have the recipe for that? Because I didn't say my cafe latte flavored Shakeology. I said coffee flavored superfoods. Left them hanging. Have them ask questions. So then I will private message her. And she knows I drink Shakeology, so I don't know what she's talking about. But, like, you know, things like that. Like, I kind of forget where I was going with that. But, you know, just, you know, get people interested in what you're doing. It's going to make these conversations so much easier. I don't know if that helps. Does that help at all? Like, or is it like, what do you think the biggest struggle is, Ruby? Is it like taking the time to write something, finding what to say, what to post about?
Trying not to get over tied into the tasks that I don't want. I want to be talking to the people, not getting consumed in the technicals of too much darn posting too many places and then missing the actual I don't know what the word is, but the key work that needs to be done, and that's, you know, inviting and talking to people.
Yeah. I mean, what are these groups you're posting in that you're talking about?
I'm doing my profile and page, and then I'm in, you know, some groups that I post in.
Like groups with other people, groups you're running?
Groups, interest groups.
Okay. So those are like they're like at the bottom of your list. You need to post on your personal page. You need to start conversations. You need to get out those invites. You need to do follow-ups. You need to expand your network. You need to, you know, be doing all of those things. The things of the business activity tracker, check-ins with like those types of groups. Yes, they're good to meet people, but they're not the business building activities. Being a product of the product, inviting, personal development, starting conversations, expanding your network. Those are going to get you where you want to go. So, like, I have groups I'm in, and I rarely post in them because that's just like, if I have time, I go in, but like, that's not a priority because it's not, you know, as I think, who said it? One of the big, like, business people, he was like, if it's not, you know, do the $500 hour activities first. So he's like, I don't cut my lawn because it's not making me $500.
Right.
Like, posting in a group isn't necessarily going to make you $500 right away. so that's at the bottom of the list compared to, what did you say, Keela?
That's the guy that wrote GoPro.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name.
Eric Worre or something?
Yes. Yeah.
And if we get kicked off, I think I have like less than a minute, so we'll just have to wrap up. Put any messages in the chat. Thank you guys for hopping on. But Ruby, think about that. Do the other stuff first.
Yeah.
That's priority, but over those groups.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you guys. I appreciate you hopping on. Have a good night.
Awesome, Caitlin. Thank you.
Bye.